Hey everybody, this is your boy John Patrick Adams, and thank you for checking out this video. We're going to go ahead and get started. Over the weekend, I was a panelist on a men versus women breakup panel. That was the topic of the evening. The panel was geared to talk about how women deal with breakups versus how men deal with breakups. I think it was a wonderful discussion, but throughout the night we really never ever got to the topic of breakups because there were such great conversation and so many wonderful questions that came from the floor that kind of like geared us a little bit into a different arena or area that we weren't planning on talking about, which made it actually pretty good. So it was one question that was asked that has prompted me to create this video. And if you weren't able to make it out to the panel discussion over the weekend, I'll be posting the entire panel discussion on my site throughout the week, so you can definitely check that out. But today I want to talk about what separates a date from dating or exclusively dating. And I think a lot of us, this is a gray area for a lot of people watching this video. And as I stated in my book, let's go ahead and get to it. A date is pretty much just going out with someone new or possibly someone you already know, that there possibly could be an interest, a romantic interest. It doesn't mean that at the end of the night that you're going to get called back for a second date. It doesn't mean that it's going to evolve into a relationship, but there is some spark there. So when you go on the date, you're just going out to get to know that person as well as get to know who you are, because I think with every date, we should leave knowing something a little bit different about ourselves and learning something new about someone else. So a date is pretty much just going out, getting to know someone new. Now, dating could mean that you are dating one person that you have interest in, and that's repeatedly going out on dates, and you have interest in one person, or it could mean that you have interest in multiple people at the moment that you are currently going out with, that you are going out having a great time, and you're repeatedly going out with these people. Now, exclusively dating is when you are one on one with someone. But what separates all of these from each other? And that's pretty much a conversation. A conversation that says that, hey, I'm interested in taking this to the next level. And most times we don't have this conversation, especially when we are going from dating to exclusively dating. We don't have that conversation. Most times we just fall into exclusively dating. And if both parties are not on the same page, this is when the drama began, and this is when the feelings get hurt. So it is very, very, very important that you have that conversation that takes you to the next level. And the question that prompted this video was, when do you have the conversation? When do you have the conversation? And to answer that question, as I did last night, there is no time limit on it. There is no time, no book that says where you ask this question after 3 days, no, or that you ask it after 3 weeks or 3 months. You ask it when it feels right to you, and what I mean by feeling right to you is that when the motives are pure, because a lot of times we want to rush into situations because of our age, or because we desperately want to be in a relationship, and everyone that you date is not going to be someone that you need to be in a relationship with. So you have to make sure that the motives are pure, that you have reached a place that you genuinely are like this person, that you genuinely know this person, because you should never try to move into a relationship with someone just to be in a relationship. So you have to have that conversation so that they can know where you stand as well as you know where they stand. And if you have that conversation and that person says that they are not ready to move there with you, I believe at that point you have some decisions that you have to make, because they've already made their decision. It's not saying that they do not want to continue to see you. It's just saying that right now they are not willing to commit to only seeing you. So at that moment, you have to ask yourself, is this something that you can continue moving forward with this person, and knowing that the possibility that they are going to continue to see other people. So, and then I think another thing that is a problem with us when we are moving from levels in dating is that sometimes we use our body to do the talking that our mouth should do. And in my book, I state that sex is penetration. It's not a promise. So if you're having sex with someone thinking that is the communication that is going to take you from dating to exclusively dating, or exclusively dating to getting married, or whatever the case may be, if you're using your body to communicate what your mouth should do, you are only setting yourself up to be hurt. Now, the reason that most times we do not want to have the conversation is because no one wants to be the first, or to be placed in a position of vulnerability. We don't want to appear as though we are vulnerable. But as I stated last night, when you're having these conversations, it's not being vulnerable. It's about being a responsible grown up. It's about knowing where you are, knowing where you want to go, and not wanting to have any gray areas. You want to be clear that everybody is on the same page. So what separates all of these, dating from exclusively dating, or a date from dating, is conversation. So if you're watching this video and you're wanting to move to the next level with someone, have that conversation with them and be open, and be ready to accept whatever their response is. And if they respond back and they say that they are not ready to go to that next level with you, do not take that as rejection. Do not take it personal. I've written about this a lot. Don't take it personal. That is just where they are at that point in their life. But if you ask that question, you have to be strong enough to either handle their answer, or you have to be strong enough to walk away. Do not stay in the situation hoping that you are going to win this person over and that eventually they're going to change their mind, because they may never ever change their mind. So have the conversation. Have the conversation. Man up, whether you're a woman or a man. Man up and have the conversation and communicate where you are in your life at this very moment, because communication is something that is destroying a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships. But again, do not use your body to communicate what your mouth should do. Don't assume that because you guys have dated a month or 3 months that you exclusively dating, because that may not be the case. Everyone moves at a different pace. Everyone perceives things differently. So do not assume that because you've been dating or going out with this one person for 6 months that you are the only person that they are seeing. Have the conversation. So that's what this whole video is about. If you get a moment, check out my site, because I am going to be posting the panel, the entire panel from the weekend. And I think it is something that everyone needs to watch, and that is going to be very beneficial to you. So you can check that out at johnpatrickadams.com. And if you don't have copies of my books, there's still time to get that. Both books, How to Win the Dating Game and Naked, you can get these books on my site. And I definitely want to make it clear, this is not a relationship book, because I am not a relationship expert. But if you want to get to know yourself better as a dater and equip yourself with the tools to become a better dater, you need this book. So you can get both of these books on my site at johnpatrickadams.com. And there are several other books out there that are on the Seven Sign Publishing label that are wonderful reads. So make sure you check them all out. And until the next time, peace.